Welcome to Fun with Annuities with your host, me, Stan the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent. Can annuities be fun? Can contractual guarantees be fun? Absolutely they can. Find out the brutal facts about annuities with no sales pitches or high-pressure nonsense. Just the brutal and factual annuity truth, which is all you need to hear. Let's have some fun with annuities, and let's have that fun start right now. Welcome to Fun with Annuities with your host, me, yours truly, Stan the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent, licensed in all 50 states. And I'm glad you joined us for today's topic. It's a good one, so let's jump right in. Today's topic is, should you take your 401k plan and transfer it to an annuity? Now, let's just kind of go backwards a little bit. The stats are huge. It's a demographic tidal wave of baby boomers that reach the age of 65 every single day in the United States of America. Now, typically when people get to what I call chapter 2 of their life, they are looking for more guarantees. They're looking to transfer risk. Not everybody, but a lot of people, because you've worked, you've saved, you've been through market cycles, you've been through market gyrations, you've been through all that stuff. And you're like, wow, I just kind of need more income to combine with my Social Security in the future and all that stuff. You're looking for an income floor, most people. But that doesn't mean every single person that has a 401k should transfer all their money to an annuity. Now, obviously, agents and advisors are salivating because there's so much money in motion. That's what they call in the business, money in motion, meaning that you have this 401k and then, you're leaving the company. Now you've got to roll it into an IRA, which, by the way, is a non-taxable event. So what do you do with that money? Do you keep it in the market? Do you keep it in mutual funds? Now, interestingly enough, in this country, less than 10% of all private companies even offer pensions anymore. I mean, back in the day, you got the gold watch and you got the pension, you got the lifetime income stream paid by the company. A while back, they switched from what those are called as defined benefit plans to what we now know as a defined contribution plan. And a defined contribution plan, in English, in things we understand, is a 401k. And a 401k, in essence, is mutual funds, and they're getting a lot more choices, but most of the time it's just mutual funds that you hope are going to grow. The company probably matches, and you've been through some market gyration. It's pretty scary. Now, currently in the environment we're in right now, there's some legislation to put some annuity income type products inside of 401ks, but that's going very, very slow from the standpoint of implementation. So getting back to, do you need an annuity for your 401k assets? The first thing you need to understand is when you say the word annuity, when I say the word annuity, when anyone says the word annuity, that doesn't mean one product. There's many types of annuities that do different things. So when people say, I hate all annuities, that's like saying I hate all restaurants, I hate all trucks, I hate all socks, I hate all shoes, right? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. So, when you're talking about annuities, you got to kind of drill down. What are you looking to do? What do you want the money to do? But that doesn't mean you need an annuity. Now, just to digress a little bit, I would love to send you my books. I've written 7 of them on the annuity topic. 6 of them right now, they're owner's manuals. We're shipping for free. So if you go to theannuityman.com and sign up, I'll just ship you those for free. You can run quotes on our site, etc. But let's get back to the topic. There's 2 questions you need to ask yourself if you need an annuity. If you want to find out if you need an annuity, you might not, okay? And the 2 questions are, and if you've heard this before, bear with me, but this is how simple it is. And by the way, for the people that are listening to me on the podcast, on Spotify and iTunes, all that stuff, you can also go to Fun with Annuities YouTube channel and watch this chaos while I'm yelling at the Annuity Fun Can Scream and the Will Do Not Might Do studios. I mean, I'm having some fun here. But I'm passionate about this because I don't want you to make a mistake with your 401k assets. So here are the 2 questions. Number 1, what do you want the money to contractually do? Keyword contractually. Underline it, highlight it. Okay? And the second question is, when do you want those contractual guarantees to start? Let me do it again. What do you want the money to contractually do? And when do you want those contractual guarantees to start? Now, when you have your 401k assets, If you come to me and those two questions and the answers are, well, I still want market growth, then don't buy an annuity. It's really that simple. Annuities are contracts. All variable annuities have limitations on your investment choices. In my opinion, having worked for the big firms, Morgan Stanley, UBS, Payne Weber, Dean Witter, all of those firms, when you want real market growth, real upside, real potential, never buy an annuity. Never, ever buy an annuity. Okay? So if your answer is, I just kind of want a reasonable rate of return, I just kind of want some market growth, I'm okay with some risk, then don't buy an annuity. All right? But if your answer is, I want to protect the principal, I don't want to lose a penny, then you might need an annuity. There are two types that do that, okay? Or if you say, I need lifetime income and I need it to start either right now or down the road, and I want to set it up for me and my spouse or partner, and I want it to pay joint life, and I want it to pay forever. If one of us dies, I want it to continue uninterrupted and unchanged for the surviving spouse's life, and when they die, I want whatever money's left in the account to go to the beneficiaries, and I don't want the evil annuity company to keep a penny. Then you might need an annuity. So what do you want the money to contractually do? When do you want those contractual guarantees to start? If it's market growth or any type of growth, or it's 5, 7, 8% growth, don't buy an annuity. Straight, that's it. I don't care what anybody shows you, hypothetical, theoretical, back-tested, projected, hopeful, agent, nonsense, unicorns chasing the butterflies. Do not buy an annuity for market growth. And if someone's pitching you market upside with no downside or market participation with principal protection, they're pitching an indexed annuity, which is a CD product, and only half of that statement's true, which is principal protection. And that's fine. I sell more indexed annuities than anyone on the planet probably, or close to it. I haven't met the people that sell more, but it's a CD product, period. It's not a market product. So with your 401k assets, you have to be very specific with me and with yourself on what you want the money to do. And if you want an annuity, which is a contract, not an investment, don't believe me, you're going to get a policy in the mail and it's a contract. You buy it for the contractual guarantees. You own an annuity for what it will do, not what it might do. So that doesn't mean you need to put all your 401k in an annuity if it's suitable and appropriate. The other thing that I've come up with, and if you've read my books or seen other videos, I have a Stan the Annuity Man YouTube video channel as well as the Fun with Annuities YouTube video channel. But the Stan the Annuity Man YouTube channel, you can just type in Stan the Annuity Man in the search bar. 300 plus videos, and we just keep adding them and adding them and adding them. And I go over annuities. But one of the things I always talk about is the acronym I've come up with called PIL. P stands for principal protection. I stands for income for life. L stands for legacy. And the other L stands for long-term care. Let me do it again. Principal protection, income for life, legacy, long-term care, confinement care. If you don't need to contractually solve for one or more of those items in the PIL, you do not need an annuity of any type. Period. End of story. America's annuity agent, top agent in the country, written 7 books on the subject. Okay, I understand. Believe me, I know what I'm talking about. And if that means that when we talk and you go to my site, you can schedule a call with me, 30 minutes, you get me for 30 minutes one-on-one, and it is going to be brutally factual. It's not going to be touchy-feely. It's going to be, let's talk about if you need an annuity, and if you do, then let's figure out what type of annuity will provide the highest contractual guarantee, which leads to the PIL acronym and those 2 questions. That's the reason I always ask the 2 questions, because let's just say that we go through that. You've set the call, you've run the quotes, you went to my site, ran the quotes, got the books, looked at the live fixed rate feed that we have on our site, watched the videos, really educated yourself. Then we got on the phone and we determined that you need a specific annuity type, whether it's a multi-year guarantee annuity, an indexed annuity, a deferred income annuity, an immediate annuity, a qualified longevity annuity contract. I mean, we're going to drill down and we're going to find out which one is going to provide the highest contractual guarantee. But when we do that, then I'm going to shop all carriers for the highest contractual guarantee. Think about buying an annuity like when you buy a plane ticket. You go and buy the best deal. You put in how you want to travel, where you want to go, when you want to leave, when you want to come back. and punch it in, and all the carriers quote on that, and then you choose the best deal, right? Same thing with annuities. So if there's agents or advisors that have been assigned by the company to come in and talk about you rolling your 401k into an IRA or possibly annuities, and they're showing one product, they're either lazy, they don't have access to all carriers, or they want to go on a trip to Bora Bora with their girlfriend, okay, if they sell enough of it. People always ask me all the time, Stan, what's the best annuity? I don't know that. I don't even know if you need an annuity, but let's just say you do. We come to that conclusion. I still don't know what the best annuity is, because you know what? The best annuity is the one that provides the highest contractual guarantee for your specific situation. And oh, by the way, annuity quotes are like a gallon of milk, meaning that they expire every 7 to 10 days. You can lock them in during the application process, but if you want to analyze it, we might have to come back and re-quote carriers. That's fine, but I'm tired of this person said this was the best one. I get a call today. Great story. 401k rollover. Okay. Large firm. This person was presented one carrier, one product, was only shown one thing. And to make matters worse, they wanted this person to buy 3 of them. So to take $600,000 and buy 200 and 200 and 200. Okay. Whatever. I was like, that makes no sense. I mean, you can diversify with annuities as well. But here's another thing you have to kind of put in the back of your head. I'm probably the only person out here that's going to tell you this. But the annuity industry does not want you putting all your eggs in one basket. They do not want you to put really more than 50% of your investable assets. That doesn't include houses and cars and all that, guitars and all that stuff. We're talking about investable assets, non-qualified, non-IRA accounts, Roth IRA accounts, traditional IRA accounts, 401k, 403b, 457, all that stuff, okay? The annuity industry is very conscious of the fact that they do not want my mom in St. Augustine, Florida, putting all her money into an annuity. The only way that it can get through is if the application is fictitiously filled out, which I tell you, get a copy of the application. With us, you'll see that. You'll see the application, okay? But the annuity industry does not want you to have more than 50%. So let's just take an example. I got a call the other day. The guy has $800,000 in his 401k, all right? And I said, okay, that's great. And he's been pitched $700,000 in an annuity. One annuity. Okay. I was like, okay. So the first thing I asked was like, tell me like the total investable assets. I don't want to know the holdings. Just tell me the investable assets. He said, well, I have about $900,000 total. That's checking account, IRA, 401k, etc. And this person that was recommending 700,000. No. If you have 900,000, what's half of that? 450, right? So the annuity industry feels comfortable if it's suitable and appropriate, and we go through that process for about $450,000. We can maybe push the carriers if we give them a case, to make it 50 or 55% or whatever. But you can't go all in with annuities. You just can't, and you shouldn't, because you have to look at it another way as well. When you retire and you have let's just say you retire at age 65, all right? You have to look at your life expectancy. And I know this is somewhat morbid and I'm not the Grim Reaper, but I do want to cover this. You're 65 years old. You have a 401k. You roll it into an IRA. What do you do with it now? You have to understand you have at least 20 more years of life expectancy or more if there's a medical breakthrough, right? So you have to plan for that, which leads me back to my original point about annuities should never be purchased for market growth. So if you're retiring, you have to keep some stuff in some market growth type products or non-annuity products, but you can have 50-ish% in transfer risk annuities, whether it's for principal protection or lifetime income stream. So that's the first thing. Be very careful. I mean, the sharks are swimming and they smell blood, and the blood is the 401k money rolling, and it's a lot, okay? So agents and advisors are wanting to roll that into annuities and of all types, okay? But what you have to understand is the annuity industry doesn't want that. And there's a lot of good people out here in the annuity industry that won't allow you to put over 50% of your assets in, but there's a lot of people that will. And unfortunately, all those people seem to call me that's getting those recommendations. So you just have to understand proportion and allocation. And regardless of who you are, regardless of the risk you want to transfer, because in essence, annuities are transfer risk products. You're transferring the risk to the annuity company to either provide you a lifetime income stream that you can never outlive. By the way, annuities are the only product that can do that. And I always tell people there's no ROI until you die, because ROI is a return on investment, because you're transferring the risk. I mean, we don't know the ROI until you die, right? But you can just buy annuities for principal protection. Multi-year guarantee annuities are the CD of the annuity industry, okay? Fixed index annuities are a fancy CD, but they both protect the principal, period, end of story, if that's what you want to do, and just get an interest rate, CD type interest rate. The problem with the index annuity story in the pitch is agents and advisors seem to push and pitch it to where it sounds too good to be true. Just remember with annuities, I don't really care what type, or if it sounds too good to be true, it is every time. No exceptions, period. Annuities are contracts. The way that I think that people with 401k should start looking at annuities when they retire, or if they're making the decision, should I transfer some of my 401k to an annuity type? Is looking initially at your income floor. What is your income floor? That's your Social Security. That's a pension if you're so fortunate. That's your dividend income. That's rental income. That's whatever's hitting the bank account every month. And then an annuity, because it's the only product on the planet that provides a lifetime income stream that you can never outlive, that's part of that. Okay, so if you said I need $5,000 a month to live on, me and the wife, or me and the spouse, or me and the husband, or me and the partner, then 1,000, but we need 1,000 of that. We got 4,000 sewed up, but we need another 1,000. That's where an annuity can fit. You can do a reverse engineer quote that solves for that $1,000 for the rest of your life. Now, inflation, yeah, that's the gorilla in the room. That's the little chip on the shoulder. We have no idea what's going to happen with inflation, and there's not an annuity on the planet, regardless of what anyone tells you, that can adjust accordingly with inflation. So what I tell people to do is if inflation hits or hyperinflation hits, then we go and buy an immediate annuity to solve for that specific dollar amount at that time. So give you an example, the $5,000 example, we fill in the gap with an immediate annuity for solving for $1,000 a month, okay? And then let's just say hyperinflation hits and we need another 700, then we do a reverse engineer quote again to buy an immediate annuity for the 700 for inflation. By the way, you already own the best inflation annuity on the planet, which is Social Security. Now, let's talk about another thing. We talked about 401ks, and there are, those are defined contribution plans, and you got to make a decision. What do you want the money to contractually do? What do you want it to do? If it's market growth, you don't buy an annuity, right? But for the people out there that are listening and watching on the Fun with Annuities podcast video, let's just say you're with one of the 10 companies, 10% of the companies, 10 companies, that's funny, 10% of the private companies that still offer a pension to their dutiful workers. And I get a lot of these calls, and I encourage you to call me if this happens to you. So you're getting to the finish line, they say, okay, we're either going to give you $600,000 lump sum, or we're going to pay you, I'm making this out of the $3,000 a month for the rest of your life. So they're either offering the lump sum you can roll, or they're offering, in essence, a single premium immediate annuity payment that the company that you work for is going to back up and pay you over the rest of your life. So the question I always get is, which one's better? Should I take the lump sum, or should I take the single premium immediate annuity lifetime income stream they're offering? Not a good answer. Just bad sales pitches, right? Nod your head, of course. But you need to understand and make a decision what you want the money to do. So if you get to that finish line and they're offering the lump sum and you say, well, I really don't need the income, take the lump sum and then go manage it for growth or whatever you're going to do. But if you say, you know what, I think me and the spouse needs the lifetime income stream, and so the call I get, and I got one this week, hey Stan, I've been shown this number. Is this a good number? Is this a good contractual guarantee? Now, what we will do, pro bono, for free, no obligation, we won't bug you. And by the way, on a side note, you schedule a call with me, I'll never call you out of the blue, okay? I treat you like a pro because I am a pro. And I'm the number one agent for a reason. I only will call you if you schedule a call because I respect your time. But people will say, okay, is this a good deal? So what I'll do is I'll run an apples to apples quote. I'll have them send me, you can send me the offer, and I'll look at the way that the immediate annuity is structured. By the way, immediate annuities can be structured 30 to 40 different ways. So I'll do an apples to apples quote to see if the street, all of the carriers, have a better contractual guarantee than your employer is offering. Spoiler alert. Your employer, about, I'd say 85 to 90% of the time that since we've been doing this for decades, okay, they offer the highest contractual guaranteed lifetime income stream. And you guys say, wait a minute, why would that be? Why would XYZ Corporation, that's not in the annuity business, offer a better lifetime income payment than all of the big carriers and all the carriers you love and you see on TV with the ads, their guarantees? Here's the reason. When they're offering that lifetime income stream, they're making it so it's higher than what I can quote all carriers for most of the time, because that company, your ex-employer, wants to hold on to that money and not have to come up with that lump sum. If you think about it, if you think logically about it, it makes sense. So I'll do that apples to apples quote. And I'd say at least 85% of the time, your company, that your ex-employer is going to offer a higher pension payment. So then the decision is, if you still need income, is do you believe that your employer, ex-employer, has the claims paying ability to back up that lifetime income stream? Maybe they do, maybe they don't. If they go out of business and they get absorbed by the Pension Benefit Guaranty Corporation, all bets are kind of off on what that guaranteed income stream would be. So if you don't feel comfortable with the claims paying ability, the size, the industry they're in, you just don't know if they're going to be around, then you might want to take the lump sum and then buy the immediate annuity on the outside, okay? But I'm just letting you know, we will do those apples to apples quotes. And if you're with a big Fortune 500 type company, solid, then I'm going to tell you, stay there, take the lifetime income stream, take the higher quote. Because you own an annuity for what it will do, not what it might do. So the will do is the contractual guarantee. If I can offer that shopping all carriers, then fantastic. Then you're going to be my client and you're going to be happy. But if someone else, if an employer is offering a better payout, then you got to go with that if they're a strong company, because you're buying an annuity and you're buying the highest contractual guarantee. Period. Now, the other thing that I kind of want to cover, and I know I'm getting into the weeds, I do encourage you to go to my site. It is user-friendly, okay? theannuityman.com, and you can, like I said, get my books. You can use our calculator. You can run quotes on your own. You can see live fixed rate feeds. You don't have to interact with anybody. But if you want to interact, then you just schedule a call with me, and I'll call you right on the money, because I'm OCD like that. A little bit of a military background. Parents sent me to military school, so I'm on time. And when I hang my shirts and everything's like 2 inches apart, my wife's like, "Oh my gosh," she's been married to me for 32 years, bless her heart. But I'll call you right on time, and it's not a salesy thing. We're gonna talk about your situation, and I'm gonna leave you. I'm gonna give you all the information you need, and then I'm gonna leave you alone. And then you're gonna tell me if you want to buy. By the way, if you want us, if we go through the process, and we determine that you need an annuity, and we determine the type, and we run the quotes, and we have the conversation, then my team will take care of all the paperwork from start to finish. And oh, by the way, if you decide that the annuity that we show you, and we're going to shop all carriers, works, then we'll take care of that paperwork, and it is a non-taxable event. It will not trigger any taxes transferring from the 401k or IRA to the annuity carrier. So I want that to be very clear that it's not going to trigger any taxes. Money's not going to hit your hands. Money's not going to touch my hands. It's going to go from the 401k to the annuity company that you choose, or if it's annuity companies, if it's a laddering situation or a multiple carrier situation that we come up with, then that's what we'll do. Okay, so just to let you know, we do it turnkey, and we're licensed in all 50 states. But boy, are we getting ahead of our skis a little bit here. Going back to the original premise, do you transfer your 401k to an annuity? It really comes down to what you want the money to do. Remember what I said. Remember that. And if it's income, do you want it single life income? Do you want it joint life income? Remember the PIL. P stands for principal protection, I stands for income for life, L stands for legacy, and the other L stands for long-term care. Remember the two questions: what do you want the money to contractually do? When do you want those contractual guarantees to start? So I know I've thrown a lot at you. It's a big decision. You only make it once. Be careful. Shop around. If annuities are appropriate, then shop all carriers, get quotes, take your time. I always tell people this, that there's never an urgency to buy an annuity. The urgency is to understand the annuity, limitations, benefits, good, bad, all of it. And if you want to see a specimen policy before you sign the paperwork, meaning the policy you're going to get without your name on it, but the actual verbiage, we'll send you that. And any honorable agent or advisor would send you that as well. So it's a lot, right? I mean, I'm going 100 miles an hour. I'm energetic. I love what I do. I'm Stan the Annuity Man. I'm America's annuity agent. I want to talk to you. I'm not going to sell you. I'm not going to high pitch you, but I am going to give you the brutal truth. Somebody a long time ago wrote and said, Stan the Annuity Man is the walking middle finger of annuity truth. That might be a little abrasive, but I embrace that because it's factual. I am passionate what I do. I know what I'm talking about. I don't need to sell another annuity in my life to live a good life. I'm fortunate for that, but I like what I'm doing. And I like what we're doing here at the Annuity Man, which is changing the game to pie in the sky, hypothetical, theoretical, back tested, all this dream stuff. I'm going to tell you here, buy the steak, not the sizzle. Buy the contractual realities because instead of the dream, because you're going to own the contractual realities. It's really that simple. So with that being said, I encourage you, if you're at the finish line, first of all, congratulations. You've worked, you've saved, you got this big 401k, you've saved all these assets. I encourage you to go to my site and schedule a time for us to talk. But I want you to do a couple things. I want you to celebrate the fact that you got to the finish line. I want you to understand that there's no U-Hauls behind hearses. And when I say that, I want you to live your life. We don't know how long we're going to be here. I'm not going to get too philosophical, but I do have clients that call me and say, man, I'd give $1 million to feel better. So, go live your life. Go enjoy your family. Go travel. Go do the things you do. And I know at the time of this taping, we're going through some tough things in the country with COVID and the virus, but it's a moment in time, and that will eventually pass. We live in a great capitalistic country. There's going to be companies out there that are going to figure out how to get us through this and get some vaccines in there. So I'm optimistic. You should be optimistic. You have a 401k. What do you do with it? You should be optimistic, but you should be very, very specific on what you want the money to do. So with that, thanks for joining me. Join me next week on the #1 annuity podcast. Yes, we are the #1 annuity podcast on the planet, and we just happen to call it Fun with Annuities. Thanks for listening to Fun with Annuities. Please hit the subscribe button and make sure to go to my site at theannuityman.com, where you can run your own SPIA, DIA, and QLAC quotes and see a live feed of the best MIGA fixed rates in the country, and even get indexed and income rider quotes as well. You can also sign up for my 6 annuity owner's manual books, and I'll ship them for free and under no obligation. I also encourage you to schedule a one-on-one call with me, Stan the Annuity Man, so we can have a full discussion of your specific situation. It will be the best brutally factual and truthful advice you will ever get, and that's one guarantee you should definitely take advantage of. So join me next time for the #1 annuity podcast on the planet, Fun with Annuities.